Hey everyone, happy Monday to you. All right, so we are going to talk about what we always hear on Monday, our Monday motivation, right? The way to start off the week and all those things. And let's speak about January in general. I know a lot of people, including myself, we make a lot of personal goals, like things that we can do better for this year over what we've done in the past and all of those things, right? Do you set goals? Do you kind of lay out what you want to happen in this year? I know I do. Some I write down, some I create a vision board with, and some I just like it's a mental goal that I always have. But it's always better to have them written down in front of your face on somewhere that you're going to see all the time. And in my opinion, it's always best to have your significant other or the people that you are living with on board with the goal as well. Like they know what you're shooting for, they know how to cheer you on and all that, because that is part of it, right? There are certain things in life that we can do better to help us reach our goals too. For example, like um, let the gym. Okay, the myth is that if you lay out your gym clothes the night before you set your alarm, there is zero excuses. You just get those gym clothes on and you go to the gym, get your workout in, and then get off and start your day, right? We've heard that before, right? One thing I've taught people throughout the years about their jewelry. Okay, because a lot of times I have people that say to me like, "Oh, I just I don't have time in the morning to grab my jewelry and put it on." Like they run out of time because they're getting their clothes on, they're getting ready for work, they're grabbing their coffee or whatever, and they're out the door, and then they're like, "Crap, I forgot to put on my jewelry." So I've gotten that a lot of times, and I'm going to give you this big hint. So you take this into this year if you haven't tried it yet. If you're one of those people who are always short on time, okay, and you forget to put on your jewelry, something like that. All right, if you can lay out your outfit the night before and then hang your necklace on that hanger with your outfit of the day. Hang your necklace on the hanger and everything. Try to have like you could even put like a little baggie on your hanger with the jewelry that you are going to wear. That way, like if you throw your clothes on, grab the bag and go and then put on your jewelry as soon as you get into work and such. So that might help you. Um, Remember to put on that awesome Park Lane jewelry that you might have there that you just kind of forget about wearing. But did want to tell you a little bit about one of my motivating goals for 2023. This is a big one for me. Um 2020 2023 is a year for growth for me personally and professionally. Um I I am shooting for some really big growth this year. And it makes me super excited. But the way I grow in my business in particular is with the help of you guys. And I want you to think about this too. So um anytime that you like a post, anytime you see me post a reel or something, those little short videos, either from my business page or my personal page, or if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, anytime you actually hit that thumbs up button or the heart button, that does help me out. Okay. I have had a lot of people. Sometimes I run into people like at the grocery store. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I love the video you did with the jewelry the other day." And she's like, "I just don't hit the button." Hit the button. Okay. Not just for me, but for other people, other creators out there that you may see roll through your feed and you're like, "Oh, I like that," but you don't do anything with it. The more likes and hearts, I know it's odd, but the more you help us get the word out to others, because the more other people will actually see that item, especially in the social media world. That actually does help us out greatly. Seriously, greatly. Um, and also that motivates me for then to help me out grow is the adding people to the Bling Boutique, or even suggesting people to like my business page. Park Lane Jewelry with Seisha Pankratz is my business page. That is public. Anybody can find that. And the more people that like that page, it helps me grow as well. So when I talk about growth in my business, it's not necessarily just signing people onto my jewelry team and such. It's also more growth to be seen in the social media world. I've started to grow a YouTube page. It's really minimal, but hey, I'm starting to get outside Facebook and do other things too. So the more that you can help me out and share those different entities with others, that's fantastic, and it will help me grow. Because think about all the people that you know that might not be on Facebook, but they might be on Instagram. You can still share Seisha's Bling Boutique on Instagram with them. Or maybe they're on YouTube. You can share Seisha's Bling Boutique that's on YouTube, and they will get a piece of what we do. I don't post everything that from my Bling Boutique in YouTube, but you know what I mean? They'll get to see the jewelry. They'll get to see the updates and all the some of the majority of the exciting things that we do. Some things I keep strictly from my Bling Boutique, though, in Facebook. But with that said, with growth, I want to put this out to you guys. Okay. So, if you start your business with Park Lane Jewelry, you can do so many different things with it. And I want to tell you a little bit about some people on my team and the different things that they do. Because I've talked about this before. Not everybody's like me. Not everybody does this for a full-time job like I do. Not everybody needs this for a full-time job. Not everybody needs the extra cash coming in to help them run their household. And that is fine. But I want you to think about all the other avenues, and not necessarily just for you. But maybe you know somebody who could benefit greatly from either the weekly pay that we can get or the extra jewelry perks. Maybe you know somebody who would absolutely love all the extra jewelry perks that we get, and free jewelry and gifts and prizes that we always get, the free trips and all those things that we earn through Park Lane. So think outside your box. Don't necessarily think that this is about you, but think about all the other people in your life. Maybe you've seen somebody wear some really stellar jewelry and they shop at the jewelry counters and the department stores and they get their pieces there. How can you introduce Park Lane or me to them and share this amazing company, amazing jewelry with them? Our double size, I'm calling it a double size kit. That's not technically what it's called. Our double size kit does end on the 10th. So Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And what that is a kit of jewelry for $99 plus tax if you live in a taxable state. You will be able to pick out $1,000 in retail jewelry for your starter kit. Okay. And then the world is open as to how you want to do your business. Okay. Or if you want a supersized kit from that, for $229, you can pick out $2,000 in our standard kit. And that $2,000 worth or the $1,000 worth does include the new line jewelry that will be launching on Tuesday night. There's one thing though. The new line jewelry, you usually can't pick anything less than $75 out of the new line for the kit options. There's a big reason for that, but I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so you can pick out some new line pieces to go in your kit, which is really huge with the new line out there. And then you have a lot of different ways to run this business. You could simply have a link that you could just collect random orders, and then when you're ready to close a link and you get the hostess benefits off of it, you get paid off of it and all that stuff. Okay. Or you could just have your website you can share with others. It's really simple. If somebody compliments you on your earrings, you're like, oh my gosh, here's my website. Check it out. Simple, right? The one thing you're not going to get from me if you do sign up with Park Lane is you're not going to get pressure from me to do more than what you want to do. That is a hands down thing. I will promise you right now. I'll always remind you of goals you can hit. I'll always remind you of our team goals that we are constantly working for every single week. But that doesn't mean that the pressure's on you to do more than what you want to do. Not at all. Okay. But with that said, I want to tell you, so I have a lady who's retired on my team who just does this for a little extra cash. And that's it. I was doing our team awards from 2022. And I noticed that one of my top gals, she is the top gal in my group. She works a full-time job that is well over 40 hours a week. She sold over $50,000 last year in sales. I don't know how she did it. I mean, she has a lot of contacts and things like that, but she managed to do that working a full-time job. And her job is very consuming. But she managed to sell over $50,000 in jewelry, and she was my top recruiter. She signed on the most people onto our team last year too. And with that said, we all train our teammates together. So it's not like, if she doesn't have time to answer a teammate's question, that's when she leans on all of us to help her out with her teammates that are new. So it's really fantastic. And I'm telling you these numbers to kind of give you an idea of like, okay, so somebody with a really busy, hugely full time, I know she works more than 40 hours a week. I know she does, can pull out $50,000 in 1 year of sales. That's really huge. Along with that, I want to tell you there's people out there that purely do this business for fundraising efforts. And that's it. So when a new line drops, they pull out their favorite fundraising group, whether it be a pet shelter or like St. Jude's Hospital, because I do lots with them. They open up a link and they just donate whatever commission would be coming to them. Once it drops in their paycheck, then they write the check and they donate it off to their favorite charity. So yeah, you can do things like that as well. And some people do this to pay for their kids' sports. I mean, and like, for example, my kids are all in gymnastics. So far, I mean, it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as it's going to be. I mean, they're excelling really well. My son is actually an intermediate now, my oldest, which it's just amazing to watch them and how fast they're excelling. But to sign all three up is well over $600. And so if somebody's sitting there and they're thinking, gosh, I really would like to sign my kids up from gymnastics, but I just can't afford it. That's when you think about, gosh, this little jewelry gig, it's not little to me, but this little jewelry gig, if I collected 10 separate $100 orders or 10 $100 orders in 1 month, that's going to be $300 extra coming into my house. That could help somebody send their kid to a program that they wouldn't be able to afford in the first place. That's amazing. And so I really encourage you, and I'm hoping I'm motivating you to think outside your box of maybe you see some families or a good friend that just isn't doing all the things that they want to do for their family simply because their paycheck doesn't allow it. And doing a little side gig like this could help them out. And look, our kid options are absolutely incredible right now. And it does end on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. These amazing kid options end. They don't happen very often at all. They don't do these big kit options. So think outside your box and just know that signing up as a Park Lane stylist isn't necessarily like this, oh my gosh, Seisha's going to be on top of me about selling, about this, about that all the time. No. That's not the way it's going to go. I'm going to support you for whatever you want to do with it. That's it. If you want to share your website with others, I'm going to encourage you to do that. If you want to bring in a certain amount every single month so you get a certain paycheck every single month, I will help you get there. You'll have support from me and all the other teammates around that we work with. Um, and also like all the graphics and things like that. I have a huge resource of those that come from the team, not necessarily my team in particular, but the Mary Grace organization. So it's really incredible. And I just I feel the need to share this with you, with so many others, because the last thing I want to see is somebody not being able to do what they want to do because their paycheck doesn't allow it. Especially if it's something for their family. I could help out with that. Let us help out with that. And with that said, I do want to tell you a few things. Number one, tonight is our free Jewels call at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with Mary Grace. It is 10 to 15 minutes of just information, just flat out information about Park Lane. It is a no pressure situation. You can get on the call and just listen. You can get on the call with a couple of your questions and ask away. And then if you fill out the Google form at the very end, you'll go into a drawing for a free piece of jewelry from Mary Grace, which is really absolutely incredible. Okay. It's just information. That's it. Be curious. Try to get onto that call. If you cannot get into that call, or you're not able to find the Zoom information, or you miss it, if you watch this on the replay, that is okay. Drop a comment below and tell me, send me a recording, because I have an awesome interview of Mary Grace and another fellow stylist that I can share with you that goes over all the things that she would normally go through in the free jewelry call. I would love to share that with you because it is incredible. Okay. And it's something that you can listen to on your own time. And let's see, very last but not least, I'm going to let you go. All right. Tonight, no. Okay, yeah, tonight is the last night that if you decide to book a styling session with me, and whether that be in person or online or Zoom, however you want to do it, if we book your date, I get to put you in this fun thread in the Frozen Fest party group. It has to be by tonight with your date, and you're going to go into a drawing for $100 in cash. That's on top of all your hostess benefits and all those things that you are going to earn when we host a party in your name. Yeah. And listen, there's so many ways to host. Like, we can do it in person, at a coffee shop, at a brewery. Oh my gosh, I did a fun one up in Woodbury the other night. In Woodbury, super fun at a brewery. Met some outside people. It was absolutely great. But there's so many different ways. If you can't meet with me in person, we can always open up an online link for you. We can do a Facebook party, or we could just do a YouTube link of a party. There's so many different ways. There is. And then in the end, if you decide, you know what, Seisha, I would like to do this as a business, I can flip that and give you the paycheck off your own party. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. Okay. I hope I left you curious and wanting more information. And if I did, please watch at 6 p.m., jump on the Zoom call, or drop me a comment below and say, send me the, we'll call it an opportunity video, and I'll drop it to you in a messenger chat. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we get new jewelry. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. I will see you later. Bye.